Hi everyone and welcome. I'm Tami. We're glad to have you here today. It is an open Q&A kind of day, so we are here to answer your questions. Uh-oh, Tom's got the volume up on his computer. So I see that we have Jesse, Randy, and Tiffany with us today. It's a full house, you guys. This is so exciting. So they're talking about blocking you in the chat, Tom.
I need blocked.
He says he needs blocked. Go for it, girls. See if you can do it. Oh, that's too funny. So if you want to ask us questions, please preface the question with 3 or 4 question marks and end with 3 or 4 question marks, because that just helps the questions pop out to us. I'll be moderating the chat a little bit. Tom will. And then, of course, Randy, Tiffany, and Jesse are going to alert us if we've missed people's questions. So I see that Donna put one in at the very beginning, and it says Amazon allows only 10 ramekins to be purchased. So I don't know. Are you talking about the ones that we showed in our Amazon Live yesterday? Because it is a set of 6 that you can get that we showed. So if you could give me a little more detail of what you're talking about, that would be helpful. Rita says, I like to snack on jawbreakers. I've tried frozen grapes, but I can't bite through too soon. Any ideas? Wow, I don't know. I've never been one to like munch on hard candies. So I would think that like the only thing I can think of at the moment is that would be low calorie density would be veggies, red bell peppers, carrots, celery, raw cauliflower, things like that. I'm not sure. I see that Randy says, have you tried tiger nuts? They're hard to crunch through. I have not tried tiger nuts. Very interesting. Kim says that it's snowy in Michigan, 60 degrees yesterday and snow today. Isn't it crazy? This time of year, the weather can be just insane. We here in Northern California are still getting lots of rain. It is another cloudy day. So much for being a sunshiny state. We are still waiting to see the sunshine. Tiffany says, how exciting. It's the 3 of us moderating. Let's see what trouble we can get into together. Oh, you girls are naughty when you're all together. Absolutely. So, yes, Jesse says Nutmeg Notebook scored today. We absolutely did. So, Jesse says, don't try tiger nuts. It's a trick, a horrible trick on your teeth. Yeah, nobody wants to break any teeth over snacking, right? You coming on?
Yes, that's
Hi.
right. Good afternoon, everybody. Tiffany spotted your little plant in the background. They may recognize it from before. I'm going to have to bring it over for a close-up.
You should.
Tell them about it.
Okay, so this is my African violet, and Tom has been giving it special treatment. He's really the one with the green thumb, and it is just going crazy right now. It is so happy.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Look
blooming
at this.
all around.
It is just crazy.
So these are all, this is not store-bought blooms. These are homegrown blooms.
Yeah, it's
So,
just,
you know, it sits right next to our AeroGrow where we grow the basil.
yep.
And so it gets that light all day long.
It does. It's very happy. It really likes that, and it's beautiful. I love it. So happy. So happy that it's happy. Hey, did you guys get your spring issue of the Health Science magazine? Ours just came yesterday. I haven't had a chance to read it yet, but there is a very extensive article in here, an interview with T. Colin Campbell, who we all admire and love. Such a pioneer.
Wait, I got to get back on you. I'm sitting here over here half on, half off.
Oh, dear.
Reading comments.
So pages and pages of an interview with him, an article about raising healthy children in a sick world. This is the only magazine that we subscribe to, and the Health Science magazine is put out by the
National
Health Association. I couldn't think of
You need
it.
a little help there, Tami?
I did. I needed a little help
National
there.
Health Association, alias healthscience.org.
That's
on
right.
the website.
And of course, there's always a nice layout of recipes. And this happens to be recipes by Vicki Brett Gock. And she is lovely, and she is actually going to be a guest on our show next Wednesday. So I'm super excited about that. She has a beautiful new cookbook that she'll be sharing. So air fried onion rings, oh yum, look at those. Doesn't that look good? Good, good, good. So anyway, if you don't subscribe, it's only $35. Oh my gosh, a lot of recipes. Amazing. It's only $35 if you live in the U.S. If you live outside of the U.S., it costs just a little bit more because of them having to mail it out to you. Little mini bundt cakes. Those look adorable. So anyway, go to the National Health Association, sign up, and join the Health Science magazine. It is published quarterly. So some people have signed up and then they have said, hey, I didn't get a magazine this month. That's because it's quarterly. So you'll get 4 issues a year, and there's no advertising in it. It's all wonderful whole food plant-based content. The recipes are all SOS free, and then we're going to be at the conference.
Yeah, a number of us are going to show up at the conference here. We've shown this to you before. There's a sort of straight there. So
in June in Ohio.
We're doing a recipe demo on Saturday. On Saturday? Is that what we found out? We're doing a recipe demo on Saturday?
We are, and then we're doing something with the kids for the kids program on Sunday.
Yeah, and then their hike on Friday morning. So
and there's also a tour of the Vitamix.
Yeah, well, it's a hike or the Vitamix.
One or the other.
One or the other. Yes.
Yep. It is true. Okay, so I see a question. Laura says, what does having unlimited fruits and vegetables mean? Does it mean you can have any or all, or does it mean you can eat as much as you want? Well, I don't know where you're getting the message about having unlimited fruits and vegetables, but I would assume that means that you could have, am I on this camera? Did you leave me?
I'll put
you have
back.
to let me know, because then I'm always looking at the wrong camera, honey.
Well, I'm telling you now.
And now you're telling me that we're on this one.
Well, yeah, it's not polite to talk off camera, although I've had to do some of that lately because her microphone died, and so I'm on this one now.
And I'm using
and
his.
So I have to remember to bring it with me if I come over here.
You got to buy me a new microphone.
I'm looking at new microphones. I'm going to find ones that don't use up so many batteries. Don't use up any batteries, actually. They're going to be rechargeable.
Okay.
So I came over here to add to whatever the...
Yeah, well, I think that it depends. I mean, I don't know if you read it in a book or if you saw it in a documentary or where you had it, but of course we can have any and all vegetables and fruits.
Yeah, the phrase that
are available, and then you can eat. I'm not going to say that you can eat as many as you want, because for some people, too much fruit can be a problem. It can stall their weight loss. We are all different.
The phrase that we have heard from various resources, which I can't footnote right now, but they use the word you can eat the vegetables ad libitum, that you can eat to satisfaction on the vegetables. Mm-hmm. Of course, fruits have a more sugar content, and so then that's a little
more calories.
And more calories, so it's a slightly different conversation. So if you're hearing that, it probably has more to do with the conversation of eating vegetables. I mean, I had a big bowl of vegetable soup today, otherwise known as dump soup, and I'm pretty full. And it had like one medium to small sized potato and my rice noodles, and then a whole bunch of vegetables. And I will not need to snack again until well into the evening. So
right.
So I ate vegetables ad libitum for lunch today, and my belly was full, and I was done. So
yeah, we never want to eat to the point of being stuffed. Not like, Thanksgiving dinner or Christmas dinner where people afterwards I'm so full. We don't want to do that. That's not healthy. We want to actually stop before we feel completely full. They say like 80%. When you've reached that 80% of satiety, then stop. And what you can do is you can pause. If you put the fork down and pause and, just enjoy the conversation for 5 or 10 minutes and then assess if you're still hungry or not. And oftentimes you are not. It's just that the food tastes so good, we just want to keep eating.
The fail-safe on vegetables, in particular my dump soup, or at nighttime I have my chopped salad. The fail-safe is when you had enough vegetables because they contain a lot of water, is when you have to get up and go to the restroom. That's another indicator that you might be done.
Hey, that happens to me every night. Every night I have to.
So you're getting enough vegetables then?
Oh my gosh, yes, okay. I think so. Lots and lots. So Randy says she'll be at the conference.
Oh, yay.
Yay, so we're excited about that. We've vacationed with Randy and we have a lot of fun with her. She's awesome. So we're looking forward to seeing her. Let us know, anybody else who's going. Kim says the hike is a lot of fun.
Yeah,
so
Randy has better one-liners than I do. So if you're coming to the conference, you'll enjoy that.
You want to hang out with her because she's so funny. And Randy says, back up that mic, it's loud.
Okay.
Good to know, thank you.
I'll turn me down too.
And Randy says only when Tom is talking, so that one's really loud.
I'm supposed to speak softly when I'm close to the mic.
Apple O'Day says, I think of my food as non-starchy for the bulky foundation and starch for satiation and fruit for added yum. And I like that. That's cute. Susan says, I came in late catching up on the chat. Is there anything you eat that you count calories for? No, we don't. We don't pay attention to calories. We don't pay attention to how many cups of anything that we're eating, or we don't weigh or measure anything. We don't keep track of macronutrients. We don't. We absolutely don't. We try to just eat healthy every day, eat balanced. We try to get in a little bit of nuts and seeds. I usually have 1 tablespoon of pumpkin seeds and 1 tablespoon of ground flax every day. And Tom does, he's better than me. He does chia, flax, hemp, pumpkin seeds. He gets more in. But I do use those other things in different items, different recipes that I make. So no, and I don't calculate the calories for recipes on the blog either. And I do get an email or a comment on the blog every once in a while, someone asking for that information. And, because we're not concerned with it, I just don't want to spend the time to have to plug it in to a program to calculate it. So anyway, that is us. Laura says, great answer. Jesse says 2 Randys is quite frightening. There will be 2 Randys at the Randy Carroll and Randy Dolan at the conference. So anyway, not a lot of questions today. I guess everybody's doing great. Are you guys all doing great? What are you eating these days? So I batch cooked today, and the other day when we were on live, somebody said, oh, my favorite videos are the grocery hauls and the batch cooking. So I had about 3 hours this morning where I batch cooked. I had a Zoom call from 8 to 9, and then from 9 to noon I did batch cooking. And so when I got it all done and had everything on the island, then I had Tom, asked Tom if he would run the camera for me, and then I talked about what I had made. So, and then our camera glitched out in the middle, like I was doing a great one-take wonder, we call it, where, it was just smooth sailing, and then boop, all of a sudden, the camera stopped working. And so he has to edit it now. We thought we were gonna just be able to just film it and publish it, but now he has to edit it because the camera pooped out on us.
That'll be a quick edit though. I mean, it can conceivably go up even tomorrow. So.
I'm gonna get on camera.
Oh, okay. She's over here pointing at me. I said, what are you pointing at me for? So no, it's a quick. There's
It'll
just
be a
that.
quick
I
edit.
just got to bookend it and splice that middle back together. The rest is ready to go. So
Okay, so that should work out.
yeah.
So we have actually eaten down our soups in the freezer, which is a good thing. We needed to do that.
Well, how many pressure cookers did you have? I saw.
I had 4 pressure cookers going
this morning.
This morning. Yeah. So I was making a lot of stuff, and I had the oven going, and I had the Breville going. Mm-hmm. So.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at 4 clean pressure cooker liners sitting over there, and that doesn't count mine that I've already washed and put away.
Right, and you did your soup. So at that point, we had 5 pressure cookers
We've made 5
going.
pressure cookers of food today.
We have. So, and I got it in the super cubes and got it in the freezer and got my dishes.
So
washed.
you made the creamy potato onion soup?
I had a bunch of Hannah sweet potatoes that needed to be used up. So I made Chef AJ's cauliflower bisque.
Okay.
Because we really like that. And that is like one of the easiest recipes ever because you just throw everything in in the Instant Pot, and then when it's done cooking, you puree it. And so it couldn't be easier. And we really like that recipe. So I made that. I made the mushroom taco lentils from the batch cooking with Tami ebook.
I'm going to go work on something. I see a question from Laura. I'm going to go find that on our page while you're talking about that.
Okay, great.
Okay.
So put me back on 1. And what else did I make? I made wild rice. I buy a wild rice mix at Whole Foods. It's the 365 brand. I made that. I was out of oat groats, so I made a pot of oat groats. Tom made his dump soup. There was one other thing. No, I think that was, that was the 4 things that I made. I roasted a butternut squash. I baked sweet potatoes and gold potatoes. I made the tofu scramble. If you guys haven't made the tofu scramble, you've got to try it. It is the easiest way to make a tofu scramble. It's a sheet pan tofu scramble, and it's awesome. But it doesn't have to be for breakfast. You can eat it any time of day. So I made a pan of that.
Do we have this? Do we have this KitchenAid Mezzaluna knife anywhere?
You know, I keep it at Mom's house.
Oh, okay. Well, when we're ready, I'll show these too.
Okay, yeah. So anyway, and I think that was everything that I got made. So anyway, you guys will get to see when the video goes up what I got accomplished in 3 hours, and I got the dishes done. So I was feeling really happy with myself that I got all of that stuff done. And yesterday, I made out of this same ebook, I made a new soup recipe that I have in here. It's the quinoa minestrone, and it's so good. And then I just took a couple bowls of it out for Tom and I took the rest over to our daughter's house yesterday for her family. And Tom was like, last night we just had our 1 bowl, and then he was like, I'm just really sad that I don't have more of this to eat. And I thought I was going to get that made today, but there just wasn't time. And now I can't find the recipe. But I know it's in here. It's in here with the soups. So, but it's the quinoa minestrone. It's really good. It's super easy to make. I do add a ton of potatoes to it. Here we go. It's this one. Oh, I'm on this camera. This one here. It's good. Tom was hoping I was making the potato leek soup today, but I didn't make that. But I do have the leeks. So, but I'm out of Yukon Gold potatoes now, so I can't make it. But anyway, so that's what I did. Okay, Tom, what do you have to show us?
I'm not quite ready.
Oh, he's not quite ready. He'll be back. Kelly got her
Okay, I got it.
15-inch imperfect bowl. That's awesome.
Okay.
Sunny says, I didn't know that tofu scramble could be batch cooked. Oh, absolutely. So I make the sheet pan full of it and then put it in the refrigerator, and it's good for 4 or 5 days, and it's delicious. So you can wrap it up in corn tortillas. You can put it in flour tortillas if you can find. I guess the Ezekiel ones are oil-free. You can put it on tostada shells if you want. You can you know, eat it just on top of a chopped salad. I like to do that for lunch. It's really delicious that way. You can just heat it up and have it with some potatoes. Lots of things that you can do with it. You can just wilt a whole bunch of like super greens and then put it over the top of a bed of super greens. It's just yummy, and it reheats nice. I like it cold even. The tofu scrambled cold is delicious. Yes. Kim says, with that bundle, there's so many great recipes. We've been enjoying it. I have yet to make that soup. Susan says, yes, your quinoa minestrone is great. My husband really loved it. Oh, thank you. So Judy, this is part of a course that we have. Judy says, where can I buy your Nutmeg Notebook cookbook? This is part of a batch cooking course that we have offered on our website. So it has 32 hours of video.
Of comprehensive
content.
Plant-based lifestyle instruction.
Individual videos that you can watch, and then also this ebook, it's just filled with my favorite batch cooking recipes. And we do have a coupon code for you, and that coupon code is nutmeg25.
Nope.
No. Batch 25. Sorry.
Batch 25.
Batch 25. I need to write that down. So, and you can save 25%. So use coupon code BATCH25. There we go. And let's see, what else is going on?
I got the knife thing ready.
Okay, Tom's ready to show. Show and tell.
Okay, so a couple of things about the knives. Tami prefers a Mezzaluna knife, and that is what comes with when you get the Nutmeg Notebook deal from Holland Bull Mill. It comes with a Mezzaluna knife, and she likes it because it doesn't have the pointy ends on it. I do happen to prefer an Ulu knife, and this is like my second or third one that I went through, and it is.
What happened to the others?
They had the funny blades, you know. This one has the double bevel, or the bevel on the main big bevel, and then a minor bevel, and so it's more expensive than the others. But I have been amazed at how it maintains its sharp edge, and it's easy to keep sharp. It's a very durable, very precision-made piece of equipment. But on this page, I'm going to scroll back down, and this is in our Amazon.com/shop/Nutmeg Notebook, and then you find the utensils/knives gadgets page, and down in the body of that, a few pages in, the Ulu knife is in there. There is a Mezzaluna next to it that Tami did buy. That's why you have it in there from KitchenAid, right? But it's not available right now, or I would be talking to you about that. You can see the picture of it. But on this page, I'm going to scroll down off on the side here. When you look at this one up, then they always show you more stuff on Amazon. So they're going to show you all of these gadgets. And, you might take a look at this Amhu one here. If you wouldn't go crazy and get a Damascus steel one because you want to be like really super fancy, then there's this Damascus one, but that's like, you can buy almost a whole Holland Bull for that. This one might be okay. It's about the same price. So anyway, if you just go and do a search for Mezzaluna, Corey buys the one they buy in bulk, and so they don't actually, and those are made to go with their bowl sets and their bowls. They don't actually sell them separately.
Right.
So just get on Amazon and pick one out there. But I like this one because it really follows the contour of the 15-inch bowl well, and I would claim that I can beat Tami chopping a salad by at least 10 seconds, but probably that's not a real big deal because this has a little bit more wider blade than what the Mezzaluna has.
I just think it's more dangerous.
Well, the pointy things you have to be careful with. I know you like the Mezzaluna because it doesn't have the pointy ends on it.
Yep.
So,
I think it's safer.
So yeah, go to our page and look at that one, and then take a look at some of these other.
Let's tell them while you're on there. Let's tell them about the Breville.
I mean, or if you want to just get a quick mezzaluna knife, you can just grab this Amco stainless steel, which will show up on that page as well, on our shop page. Once you click on the Lamson Ulu knife, all of these will go up, and you can take a look at what else is on there. What do you want me to show? I'm sorry.
The Breville.
Oh, yeah, this is big news going on this week. One of our readers sent us, was it a text message or a Facebook? You got a message that this guy was at the $319.95 price on Amazon, which is really low for them. It's normally $399 on Amazon. And in the past, we've said, hey, everybody, in case you've been thinking about it, they've dropped the price. They do that. They do this about maybe once a quarter, once every 4 months or so.
Maybe.
And not necessarily on Black Friday or Cyber Monday, but this is about as low as it gets on Amazon.
It was Jeanette Kelly.
Jeanette told us, yes.
Yeah, that let us know. So if you're watching, Jeanette, thank you so much. She said maybe your followers would like to know about the Breville sale.
Yeah, we usually do publish it when it happens, and usually a dozen or two people grab them while the grabbing is good. So yeah, we want to make sure everybody's aware of that. Now, the link for this is in the show notes, and we can't email links out, but the link takes you to our show that we did. Where is that? Let me get back on camera too here while I find that. Here, it takes you to our page, and it takes you to this video. I won't take it off somewhere. Tami does a whole product review about the Breville, and down here at the bottom is where you go to click on the Breville here, and then that's how you want to link to this to have a look at it. And when you click on it there, then it takes you right to that page. So that's the links as I have them set up, are to go through that Nutmeg Notebook Amazon Live page is where we have that promotion listed. So so please use that if you want to take a look at it. And then there was something else I had stored up here. It was at Amazon Live in general. I mean, we did a few products, but the main thing was the Breville on that.
Yesterday, yeah.
So, I don't remember what it was. We released last Friday. Most of you may be aware that we released a video last Friday on 3 new recipes made with high-speed blender. And so a bunch of folks have watched that, but not everybody, because I get to see how many people watch it or not. So that video is also on our site, waiting for those to see it that haven't. What else do you have there?
Well, Susan says, I asked a question about chopped salads above, but Susan, I can't find it. And you have to know, I'm looking at the iPad, and there's so much chat going on in the live chat, which is great, but it scrolls by really fast. And so I can easily miss something, especially if it doesn't have the question marks. Mary Jo says, I purchased the pumpkin spice California balsamic, but I need ideas on how others use it or suggest I use it. Oh, it's great on sweet potatoes. So you can also put it on your oatmeal. You can put it over some banana nice cream. You can put a splash of it in a smoothie if you want. So you can make like a pudding. Take a sweet potato that you've roasted, put some of that pumpkin spice vinegar with it. You can whip it up in your blender, add a couple of dates if you want to, and you'll have a pumpkin pudding. That would be so delicious.
I found a question from Mary Jo.
Okay.
A couple ways. Mary Jo is asking, I was looking for, was it Susan? Susan was a message you're looking for from a Susan? Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll keep looking. But Mary Jo said, I purchased the pumpkin spice California balsamic, but I need ideas on how others use it, or...
I was just talking about that.
Oh, well, I was reading... See, that's what happens.
That was the question I was just answering.
I'm going to go back to what I was doing. Just trying to be helpful.
We're having a day.
late with that.
Yes. Susan says, how many different recipes are in your chopped salad course versus the bundle recipes? I don't know. Tom would have to count them. I think there's like 30 recipes or something in here. Do you know how many recipes are in here? I don't recall.
Oh, and the chopped salad?
Yeah. And then there's over 50 recipes in this one. And then also there's lots of information in here about organizing your pantry and your refrigerator and your freezer and how to get organized for batch cooking.
This gets interesting though, because you have, these aren't recipes, these are idea pages.
Those are idea pages.
They're menus, this thing.
Plus recipes.
You dive right into, these are formal recipes here.
Right, and then these are ideas for chopped salads.
Ideas, and so you're listing ingredients, and then the volume is up to the user. And then we move back into some more recipes. Here's the dressings. Lots of dressings, tortilla chips, croutons.
Are you counting?
No, I'm just, because how do you count these things in the back? All of these.
Well, those are all recipes.
Oh, these are all recipes.
I think there's 25 ideas for chopped salads where I list ingredients to give people, and then there's about 25 or 30 recipes in there as well, all geared towards things that you would use to put on your chopped salads. And then this one is all about batch cooking. And if you bought the vegan health and weight loss bundle that we were selling in February, this was included in that bundle, which is no longer available because it was only available for 10 days. So somebody said that we looked nice. I saw that flash by. Well, that was nice. Thank you.
I combed my hair today.
You comb your hair every day. You silly goose. Suzanne Wilson says, I've put together some chopped salads and they look nice in the bowl, but how do you serve them to guests? In the wooden bowl, how do they get a bit of everything? So what I do is before, if I'm gonna decorate the top of it and have it look really beautiful for everybody to see, then I will put the dressing or the vinegar on it and I will toss it right before we serve. So if you're doing it buffet style or before you set it on the table, but I'll, if I take a chopped salad to a gathering, I'll have it look really pretty on top and then so that everybody can see it, and that way they all know what's in it and can ask me questions, and then I'll toss it. I'll dress it and toss it. That way everybody gets some of everything.
Okay, so if you will go back up to Susan Salas right beneath where Tiffany Wilkerson made a comment, there's a series of questions starting from there, so go back up to Jessie, then Tiffany, then Susan Salas.
Can you talk about your chopped salad course? Is that what?
Yeah. This, there's a question in there about they just got the most recent bundle. Do they also need the chopped salad course? Because we just had the Perfectly Imperfect sale with Holland Bow Mill, we are putting this on at 25% off through the end of April because we thought it might take that long for everybody to get their new bowls and to
decide that they want to
decide that you're going to be willing to chop in them. That's what they're for. So this normally is like $47, and so it's $25. It's like $35 or so, somewhere in that range for this course, which does include 2.5 hours of detailed instruction on how Tami batch preps them so that they last in the fridge for the full week, and then of course all of the dressings and condiments that go on top of them, and how to build a beautiful salad, and how to how to batch prep the salad.
Yeah, and this has 2.5 hours of video instruction, and then also the ebook.
The recipes, and to put things in, to weigh, to give them weight or of their impact on our daily food routine. Salads is every day is a salad. So that's, for me, that's 33% of my food, and lunch is 33% is a meal, and breakfast is a meal, and so that's oats, and then steamed vegetables with the starch, usually potatoes, and then a chopped salad, probably with rice and beans or something like that, in the evening. So,
And it's half of my meals because I eat 2 meals a day. So
Yeah.
the beautiful chopped salad is half of my meals for the week. And I get half of my meals for the week made in 30 minutes.
right. So
Plus 33% of yours.
So the knowledge that Tami has curated in these 2 documents has had a significant impact on our culinary lifestyle. So,
that's a good way to put it.
they are worth more than they cost, is my phrase for this week.
I like that.
Yeah.
You've been saying that a lot
Well,
lately.
I picked it up somewhere, and I thought, well, that's really a well put thing. This book is worth more than it costs by a whole bunch, actually. So, anyway, so there were some more questions here.
Okay. Rosie Blanco says, favorite California balsamic to start with? You know, it kind of depends on what flavor profiles that you like. There's a lot of fruity ones that are really sweet. We tend to not use those. We like the more savory ones. So Sweet Heat is a really favorite one of mine. You don't use it as much as I do. In the summertime, I like the Deal with Mustard Seed because that just tastes very summery with tomatoes and cucumbers and, you know, the chopped salads and even with some potatoes and things like that. And then I love the teriyaki because that one I'll take with me if we're going to an Asian restaurant, and I can get steamed rice and I can get steamed vegetables, and then I can use that on them, and it makes for a delicious sauce. If I decide to saute one of my salads instead of eating it chopped and raw, then I can use that teriyaki over it, serve it over rice, and to me, it does taste like I'm having an Asian meal. Tom really likes the basil. And what's another one? Oh, the Simply Lemon. You like the basil really well.
Yes, that's one of my favorites.
And the
Italian seven herb seasoning and the basil, because I can grab a sprig of basil and throw it into either one of those and get that really fresh basil thing going on in my salad. So, and the only time I don't do that is if I'm doing a hot Mexican salad. If I'm, I heat the greens up in the microwave and get the greens all nice and warm. And then I dump the corn, rice, and beans and salsa in the middle. Mm-hmm. And then I make oil-free, salt-free corn chips in the Breville to have as my crunchy dip snack to go along with those.
Nice.
So,
let's see. Laura says, for a bridal shower gift, this bride-to-be loves making soup. I was thinking to get her super cubes, as I love mine. And what other nifty things do you have that I can get for her? Oh, the super cubes is a really great idea. We love these drinking glasses.
Oh, Super Cubes has that gift set too.
Yeah, there is a gift set of super cubes where you get a little sample.
We have that on
of them, which is nice.
I think I have that in the food storage idea list on our nutmegnotebook.com
Does she have
page.
an Instant Pot? Like an Instant Pot and super cubes would be a really great gift too, because you can make amazing soups in the Instant Pot. So that would be really nifty to do. And then the red spatulas. Look at our gadgets, our kitchen gadgets, and the red spatulas. Like, everybody needs to have those red spatulas because those are so amazing.
Today I was trying to cook my soup, and I like to use the star spatula, the big spoonula one. And she had both of them in use, dirty, and so I had to go back and use an old Tovolo, not favorite spatula.
The Tovolo's just as good. I don't know what your problem is.
I was so sad I didn't get to use my favorite spatula.
Oh my goodness. Do you see what I have to deal with?
My situation was disrupted.
Do you see what I have to deal with? This man's upset about the spatula being dirty. It's because I was batch cooking all that wonderful food for you. Randy Carroll says, are you going to do some Easter dinner ideas for families that are not all vegan that all may enjoy? If you look on the blog, and Tom, maybe you can find the holiday blog post, entertaining or holiday blog post. so here, you know, we are very repetitive in our family. And so I do not have time to create new recipes for this Easter, but we have our favorites that are already on the blog. So one is the shepherd's pie. Another is, my family loves my lasagna. So vegan lasagna, my mom made it, fed it to my dad and my brothers. They had no idea that it was vegan until she told them. She should not have told them, but they liked it. So we do a lot of non-traditional things. I have a wonderful lentil loaf with a date glaze that everybody can enjoy, and it cuts beautifully. It does not fall apart. It stays together when you slice it. You can easily double the recipe, make 2 of them. I also have the barbecue lentil muffins, they're called, but it's just making, kind of like making lentil loaf, but you're doing it in a muffin pan so that you have all the individual servings. We also like to do something different. Like we like the falafels and the quinoa tabbouleh salad and the sheet pan roasted vegetables. I have done that for Easter because it's something that everybody will eat, and nobody expects it to have meat because falafel is already vegan. And so we have done that as well. What are some of the other things that we have done for Easter? Oh, we have done brunch instead of doing lunch. We have done brunch. And I have just put up a ton of new recipes in the last couple of weeks. So you may have missed the sheet pan pancakes. My daughter has been making those for a while, so I decided to give it a go, and it worked beautifully. So I also have the breakfast potatoes, the breakfast sausages, the sheet pan tofu that we were just talking about. I have the blender waffles. So lots of wonderful breakfast recipe ideas. My blueberry sauce, we use that instead of syrup. Or I have a chia jam recipe that you can make to serve over. You could make pancakes if you, regular pancakes if you wanted to, but the sheet pan pancakes are the way to go. I would do the sheet pan pancakes, the sheet pan breakfast potatoes, and the sheet pan tofu scramble, because you get all of that stuff prepped, put it on your sheet pans, and you put them in the oven. And it couldn't be easier than that. And that's fun. And everybody loves breakfast foods. So I also have a cranberry pumpkin oatmeal bake. That would work for brunch as well. So what are you guys making for Easter?
I was waiting to...
Yes, please.
You're going to have me...
Of course, yes.
Show this. So,
thank you.
Okay. So this is just the Google page. And I've typed in Nutmeg Notebook holiday meals. And so you just put that in your Google search, and you get favorite vegan holiday recipe roundup, whole food plant-based vegan holiday entertainment, and whole food plant-based holiday meals with prepared dishes. So you get, a variety of things to choose from that Tami has posted either on the blog or on the YouTube channel. And if there's a YouTube channel about something that you click on that, then there will be blog links in the description. So if you're looking for kind of a general thing like that, and you're wondering if Tami's done something on it, please see how easy it is to get where you'll want to go with that search engine. So, and
thank you.
Specifically, we recommend using the Google search engine, not the little one that's actually on the blog.
It's not a good one.
That one is not as efficient. So, look at here. Here's somebody is collecting images for Nutmeg Notebook holiday meals.
Wow.
So,
Ross Chef Yin is here. Hi, thanks for joining us. Susan says, can you repeat the discount code? It's batch 25 for the the batch cooking. And for the beautiful chopped salad course, it's HBM 25. And Tiffany said she'd like to see the AeroGarden because she hasn't seen it in a long while.
Oh, I can.
You can spin the
all
camera.
those clean dishes you did.
You can show them all my clean dishes. That shows that I did my batch cooking today.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna.
I was washing dishes
Okay, I'm gonna put you
right
on-
up until the moment
put you
we.
on camera
Tom
too,
was
but-
like, "You have to sit down. We're going live." Yes,
We're over here now.
we're on this
Until
one.
I spin.
Okay, perfect. Once you spin, then tell me, and I'll put it on one. Ready, set. You can show
Yeah.
them all my clean dishes.
Okay.
Ready? Here we go. Here's the AeroGarden. It's got to zoom in on it.
So. Yeah,
And the
you
little
can-
basil plant on the right we had to buy because we had run out of fresh basil, but now the AeroGarden one has
But we
exploded.
kept that one alive for almost 2 months now.
Yeah, it's
it's
going
a
great.
grocery
And
store.
I did make some pesto the other day. Should I switch back?
No. Here's the batch cooking aftermath right there. There's.
All these clean dishes, you guys.
Okay, switch back.
It was a lot. Okay, back to the other camera. All right. So anyway, the AeroGarden's doing great. We have all basil in there. I did make some pesto the other day. I used pumpkin seeds with it. So I've tried pumpkin seeds and I've tried walnuts, and both of those worked really well. So I'm just tweaking it still, and I'll be posting it soon. But I've had it on like a baked potato. It's really good to put the pesto on a baked potato. Is delicious. I also I had some cannellini beans left over from making the pesto, because I put a little bit of cannellini beans in it to make it creamy, just like you can with some salad dressings. And so then I took the cannellini beans that I had left over and mixed the pesto with them and heated them up. Oh, that was so good. So anyway, I find that a little bit of nuts in the pesto just makes it taste so much better, or a little bit of seeds. Yes.
Okay, the ladies here are talking about whether or not you need a window for the AeroGarden. You do
No.
not need a window. That bright light above has red and green red and blue and white. It's got all three necessary wavelengths to grow things indoors. And so no, you do not need the outdoor window. That spot just happens to work for us because it's not real estate we need for anything else. You can't put a lot of kitchen appliances behind the big faucet gooseneck thingy. So no, you don't have to have an outdoor light. You can put it anywhere in your house where there's reasonable space. So, yeah, so that's...
Oh, okay. So Susan says, I'm having trouble adding the discount code. I've tried several times to order the chopped salad course. It says the coupon isn't applicable, batch 25. That's correct. Batch 25 is for the batch cooking course, and for the beautiful chopped salad,
Let me verify that.
it's HBM 25.
Did I put that in the show notes?
It should be HBM 25 for the beautiful chopped salad. So, oh, it's starting to rain again. Imagine that.
There's the batch cooking.
Yeah.
I'll go check that. It'll be on. Let me check the email because I want to make sure it's not.
That you didn't.
I think it's
wrong.
just HBM 25, but let me verify.
I
that.
thought it was. That's what I had written down, was HBM. So yeah, we actually love the AeroGarden, you guys. It's been really amazing. We did try to grow cilantro in it. We had no luck. We didn't have very good luck with the thyme either, and it seems like there was one other thing that we tried but the basil is like so prolific. It grows the best, and we've even taken some when it's, it'll end up being almost like a bush, and then Tom will cut it back and he'll put the basil leaves in the dehydrator and dehydrate them, and then kind of crumple them up, and you have dried basil then too.
Yeah, HBM 25 for the salad course.
HBM.
Yeah, Harry Holland Bowl Mill.
Yeah,
HBM
HBM
25.
Holland Bowl Mill, HBM $25 is the discount for the chopped salad course. Laura says, oh, Jessie says, Nutmeg Notebook. Wait, what? You have to have reasonable space for the AeroGarden? Just a little bit of space, but even in your garage it could work. No, it'd be too hot in the summer in the garage.
There's probably room for it right next to her Breville.
There might be room for it next to her Breville. I wonder if she's used that yet. Laura says, do you have your famous salad once a day and the other would be a dish from a new recipe, whatever it may be? The salad stays the same, but one would be a new one to try. So what I do for both of us have a chopped salad every day. So the base of our salad remains pretty much the same. The greens, it just depends on what's available. Like we weren't able to get arugula. No, was it arugula we couldn't get for a while? Yeah, it was arugula. So we'll substitute different greens in the salad depending on what we can get. So our base is the same, but what we put on top of it or in it after it's chopped can be vastly different. So that's why we did this book, because in order to give you guys ideas on, you can see how different they can be. So they can be completely different from day to day. Now what happens is, if I open up a can of black beans, or I've made beans, then I'm going to use black beans for a few days until the beans are gone.
If you open up a can of beans, I'm going to eat the other half.
Yeah, well, that's true.
It's always a bonus when you open a refrigerator and there's a container of a half a can of beans, because it means that you don't have to open up the can of beans. That's always a good day.
You're always happy when that happens. And so I love Mexican food. So does Tom. So we eat a lot of Mexican chopped salads with beans, rice, corn, and salsa. And then I like to add fresh cilantro, green onions, and some extra chopped tomatoes. You don't usually do that, but you make oil-free chips then to have with yours.
I use those ingredients also in my Italian, the basil.
Yes.
I use those ingredients in, but I take the dressing takes it in a whole different. It's like a completely different meal.
Or
with the same base.
If I make the ranch dressing or the Caesar dressing, then you're very happy.
Yeah.
Because then you have yet another different.
I always feel guilty though when I eat that dressing.
Why? Which one?
Either one, because they're so rich. They seem to be so rich.
Well, I made you the not rich one the other day. The one that's in here right now is the lower calorie density one. So you can eat that without guilt. It's just, it has tofu in it.
Yeah.
Instead of I usually only make the nut-based
If I eat too much
one.
salad dressing, I'm racked with guilt.
Okay. Well, the nut-based one is really calorically dense.
You have a cause to be guilty with that one.
So I put that one on the blog, and it's the
ultimate
Caesar. It's the ultimate Caesar dressing, and it's the one that our family requests. So if we're getting together, they want to know, are you going to make salad with Caesar dressing? Because, and then like the last time that we got together, I had my 17-inch bowl and it was full. And I said to my daughter, I think I'm going to take some of this out. And she said, what dressing did you make? And I said, Caesar. And she said, well, then you better not, because we're going to eat it all. And we did. We ate it all.
Yeah, they go after it.
Yeah, they go after it. So anyway.
Yeah, there was, somebody asked about the electricity on the AeroGarden. Those lights are LEDs, so in the big scheme of things, they take up very little electricity.
And they don't create heat.
And they don't, well, they do create a little bit of heat. Like if
not
the thing, we're always harvesting, you always want to cut the top fronds, because you don't want them growing up into the light, because then it kind of turns them brown. So I always try to keep 3 or 4 inches above the top plant. But when we harvest, we're always harvesting off the top, or working down the sides to just go after individual. The leaves get huge. Some of them are like yay big around. It's like, somebody better eat this leaf. So there's 2 on the right-hand side I see over there, and 1 on the left.
Well, I'll make more pesto.
Yeah.
Hopefully tomorrow, because I want to experiment one more time. I didn't feel like I had enough basil in the last little batch.
Okay.
But it was
well, go easy on the potted one because you pretty much you got after it pretty seriously.
Well,
it needs
yeah.
a recovery time.
Okay.
Unless you're trying to ditch it on purpose. It's not the prettiest pot, is it?
It is not, but it was
It's
temporary.
food.
It was temporary until you got
It was temporary for like 2 months now.
I know, but it keeps
Yeah,
growing.
Yeah, this grow is over 70 plus days now.
I know, we're doing great.
Yeah, and we've had
with
the
our
basil plants last, I think, 160 days, 170 days, something like that. The base of them actually like turns to a tree trunk like wood, and they're still growing up on top.
Nice.
So-
Hanny wants to know, where do I find your Amazon show from yesterday? Can you put a link in?
It is in the. Let me make sure it's in the show notes. I think I thought I
He
put it
thinks
in
he
the show
did.
notes. Let me look here. I gotta. Let's see. Okay, Breville.
Oh, the
Yeah,
carrot ginger soup would be really good for Easter, you guys. The new recipe, it's on the blog for the carrot ginger soup. And you can easily double it. I made just a single recipe. I mean, it made like 3 servings or so. But the other day I made it again and I doubled the recipe, still made it in the 64-ounce Vitamix container. But that would be a really good soup to serve because it's very appropriate. It's made with carrots. That would be great for Easter.
Okay, so the Breville show is in the show notes, and it's under. It says Breville Smart Oven Air Fryer Pro Brushed Stainless Steel. No, that's the Amazon. Yeah, that's the live broadcast. It says live broadcast on it, so that will take you to the show page, and in the show page, it's in the carousel. So, do you have access to the show notes? So some folks watch this on TV and they don't have access to show notes. I can put it in the chat. It'll be a big old long chat message. I'll give that a try.
Okay, thanks. Did you answer, do the AeroGarden lights have to be on 24 hours a day?
No, they're on a timer. They're 15 hours a day.
Okay. Janet says, I think I read somewhere, see you guys, the chat's moving really fast on me right now. I think I read somewhere that you did a fast with Sia. It is a bit more of a detox than I was expecting. How often do you fast? So I do intermittent fasting. So daily I just eat the 2 meals. So I try to be done eating by 6:30, and then I don't eat again until lunch the next day, which is usually sometime around 12 to 2. It just depends on our work schedule. So I don't do the, 34-hour fasting. I haven't done that for almost a year. So I just do that when I'm doing something with Sia. Okay.
I'm getting that link.
Tom's working on getting that link. Gina's keeping her eye out for a champion juicer because she likes soft serve. Yes, and it does a really great job. And sometimes people find one for really, really cheap on Craigslist or at a garage sale. So good idea. Yeah, I know they're talking about the Ninja CREAMi and the new deluxe bigger one, and it is tempting, especially with our grandchildren, because like they go through 1 pint, just the 3 of them, and they love the chocolate fudgesicle. The recipe is on my blog, and they love that. But the 3 of them eat that 1 little pint. And I was like, oh my gosh, I should have the bigger one. But I haven't splurged for it because, my recipe does fill 2 pints, plus you can make a little bit of pudding or some popsicles with what's left over. So I guess I just stick with what I have because I bought all those extra pints too.
Okay, put that link in for the Breville show.
Okay, Tom put the link in for the Amazon Live where we talked all about the Breville. And then we had a few new gadgets too that we talked about in that one as well.
Yeah, the front of the video is a few odds and ends. There's only like 12 things on the show altogether, but yeah, some ramekins and a new jar opener we came across, and a couple other things. And then bulk of the time is spent on the Breville, kind of as an overall product review, demonstration, overview. So it's really an informative thing if you're thinking about one. Tami covers all the bases on what we like about it, why we use it.
Oh, somebody further up, I just remembered somebody asked about how it does on toast, if she could get rid of her toaster. It is a toaster oven.
It's slow.
I'm perfectly happy with the way it makes toast, but Tom...
It's slow.
It is slow. And Tom prefers the Ninja toaster oven because it's fast. But that's because it's closer to the heating element.
Yeah.
But on
most people are not going to have a Ninja and a Breville. But it will make toast. It will be fine. You just have to be patient.
It takes a longer time because it's bigger and it's further away.
We like it because of the size, but it's like this deep inside, and the toast, is going to be in the middle, and it takes a while for that infrared heat to turn the toast brown. Where in a toaster, your heating elements are like right here, and there's just room for the bread in beneath.
I love it.
Beneath or underneath. Between. And so, if you're in a hurry in the morning and you need your toast quick, then keep your toaster. But if you got time, it does fine. It's just slow.
Yeah.
So
Laura says, since I became plant-based, I find I'm roasting my vegetables 2 to 3 times a week. Do you do the same? My electric bill has gone up. Roasted vegetables are the best. Not sure if I
in the oven?
Bake as much in the summer.
In the oven, in the big oven? That will use a lot of electricity heating up the big elements. She does roast her vegetables here and there, but usually in the Breville because it's small, fast, and quick and doesn't use a fraction of electricity as the big double ovens.
Because it has a much bigger space that it's trying to heat up. Mm-hmm. And so...
Yeah, the preheat on your oven is like 20 minutes, and you can have your food completely cooked and served in 20 minutes out of the Breville.
Yeah, it only takes about 5 minutes for the Breville to heat up. Yeah. It's so much
But she's
faster.
Okay waiting for the toast. She likes fast vegetables, but the toast...
I don't make toast.
No, you don't.
I'm like, who are you talking to here, buddy? Oh, that's funny. So, well, in the summertime, if it's too hot to run your oven, you can steam your vegetables instead of cooking them roasting them in the oven. You can also grill them. Is another
pan saute
option.
Them a lot.
And then I'll just pan saute vegetables, and then the not the Cuisinart waffle maker, but the other thing that we have in there, the
panini press.
It's not a panini press though. It's a grill.
It's called a griddler.
The Cuisine. Thank you. I knew you knew the name of it. The Cuisinart griddler has like kind of like a grill plates, and so you could cook vegetables on there without heating up your oven. And then I have a stovetop griddle pan that just put it on the stovetop, and you can like grill your vegetables on there. So you can do asparagus and cut your carrots in half and do your zucchini, or you can also do them on the barbecue grill. I have a blog post about doing the vegetables on the barbecue grill.
If you search Nutmeg Notebook grilled vegetables, you're going to get a hit. You're going to get something will come up for that. Yeah.
Yeah. Or your air fryer. If you have an air fryer, vegetables in the air fryer are really delicious.
If you Google,
quick and easy, and it doesn't heat up your kitchen.
If you Google nearly perfect husbands,
Tom will come up.
My name will just come right up.
Oh, you're so funny.
How long are we going to run the nearly perfect theme? Through April. Bye, Gina.
Gina has to go to FFOF.
Oh, we're time. It's 4:04, yeah.
Yeah, we're a little bit past. Laura says, I buy the biggest Japanese sweet potatoes I can find, and I roast it whole, wrapping it in parchment paper first, then tinfoil. I go through this fast, and then I begin again. Well, I do a whole pan full for the week. They will last up to like 9 days in your refrigerator.
In the open
and
bin.
In an open bin. Don't put them in a container with a lid. Put them in an open container, and you know, that way you're making maximum use of running that oven, and then you already have the potatoes ready. So then I like to take and cut them in half, and score them diagonally both directions, so it kind of gives kind of a pineapple look to it, and then put them in the air fryer for about 20 minutes. The outside gets nice and crispy, the little edges where you've cut it get crispy, and then the inside is just really soft and sweet and delicious. So, and that can be a main meal with some steamed veggies on the side, or some air fried veggies on the side. It's so good. What?
Randy Googled perfect, nearly perfect husbands, and my name did not come up.
It did not come up? Oh, no. Oh, it must be her search engine. Because my search engine, a picture of Tom comes up every time. Barbara says, in your recipes where you use plant milk, what do you normally use? So I will use either the Joy, the J-O-I, oat milk powder that you just mix with water, or
if her husband's keeping up with his responsibilities, there's one of these in the fridge full of almond milk is what we use. And I make...
That's noisy.
That's noisy, yeah. It's right there by that microphone.
Yeah. What are you doing?
I'm trying to make perfectly noisy sounds perfectly.
You're doing good.
I make 8 cups in the big 64-ounce Vitamix, and then that fills 2 of these. I have the Joy, official Joy 4-cup container, and then I have this one. So, and this is the second one, so I have enough for breakfast tomorrow. I'm going to have to make more.
Yes, and then if I'm cooking things for our grandchildren, then I use the soy milk. So I either use the West Soy organic, no added sugar. It's just 2 ingredients. It's soybeans and water, or the one from Trader Joe's, which is also just soybeans and water, just to give them the extra boost of nutrition and the extra fat.
Yeah. To be clear, this is the one where we, if you go to the Nutmeg Notebook blog, in what's called the sidebar, there will be a little square ad there for Joy, J-O-I, just one ingredient. The ingredient in this case is almonds. I mix it with the water here, so we're not paying for the shipping of water or using up extra energy to transport water across the country. We're just shipping the actual almond paste. I do. Tami has that particular scoop is 1.5 tablespoons, and I use 3 of those in this, because you can adjust it to 1 tablespoon per cup to be really rich, or down from there, because
you could go up or down, however you want
and
to
so
make it.
I find that 3 scoops of that
with 4 cups of water. Perfect.
Work good. So
yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, and they're a tablespoon and a half. I think we measured that in that particular scoop.
So today for the cauliflower bisque that I made, you add 3 cups of milk to it. So I did the Joy oat powder, 3 tablespoons of it, and then 3 cups of water, and that's just perfect. And the Joy oat has the smallest amount of calories and the least amount of fat. Oh, there we go. Joy. Here's what it looks like. Maybe you can hold it closer to the camera. I'm going backwards.
There. J-O-I. That's the new jars. They're shipping in jars now
instead of plastic containers.
Except unless you get the big bucket. The big bucket still comes in a big plastic bucket, which can be reused and recycled.
So Laura says, maybe I should get a Breville fryer then, but it will take up a lot of space. Sigh. Maybe I should make this work. I don't like anything plastic that I'm finding in a lot of the air fryers. Yes, so here's the nice thing about the Breville. The Breville is stainless steel. It's very heavy duty. It actually comes in 2 sizes. So we talked about both sizes yesterday.
Watch the video. They're both.
Watch that Amazon video, and we talk about both. My mom wanted the Breville, but she didn't have room. She has a very small kitchen, and she had a little spot next to her stove where she could put something. So we measured and discovered that she could fit the smaller Breville in there. And so she got it because now she has all the functions. You know, it's not as big as mine, so it doesn't hold a 9x13 pan or a 12-cup muffin pan, but it'll hold a 6-cup muffin pan. It still does the air fryer function. It's a toaster, it's an oven, and she's very happy with it. So, and we showed yesterday in our video, we showed the picture of the smaller one, and then I also showed our full-size one, how it works, what all you get with it. And so you can get that smaller size. I think it has 12 functions instead of 13. Maybe it's not a dehydrator, or it doesn't proof bread or something. There's one little function that it doesn't have, so there is a smaller one. You just want to measure your space very carefully just to make sure that you have enough room for it. We haven't had anybody come back that has purchased it on our recommendation. We've not had anybody come back and tell us, I wished I hadn't bought it, I don't like it. Nobody has said that to us.
Okay, you guys have to tell me if I'm crazy. No, don't tell me I'm crazy.
I thought, what are you doing? Are you kidding me?
The Breville here in this space, here's these little things. So I was going to show the two Brevilles. While we were on air, it has dropped to $309.
No way.
It's $309.95. I'm going to click on that and see what happens. $499 usual, now it's $309. But
wow, so it's gone down $10 more?
So the little one is $279. And while we've been on air, because I had this on the screen before we started the show, so I'm going to click on that. Look at that. What is going on? 38% off.
Yeah.
And so now my newsletter is completely wrong. I sent out the whole thing that the price was $319.95 today. Now it's...
Well, they'll be pleasantly surprised when they go and it's $309. So this, it does not, we've never had it go lower than this, like on Black Friday.
Yeah, I've never seen this before.
We've never seen it at $309. So that's really interesting. I think it was $319.95 for Black Friday. Well, so that's actually a really good price.
Well, this happened in the last hour. So what are they doing?
It's so interesting.
Yeah. So yeah. If you want to grab that, go to that link I put in the chat and check it out.
Else Gummer used dollar signs instead of question marks, and that caught my attention. She says, hi everyone, and Tami and Tom, I have a question. Cacao nibs, what's the point? I taste nothing that tastes like chocolate. I'm used to dark chocolate, but this is way different. Oh, I actually really like them. They're a little bit bitter, but they do taste a little bit like dark chocolate to me. I do like them actually, and I think they're nice because instead of a nut, I'm having those. I don't know, I like them. But you know, we all have different personal taste preferences. Which camera am I on, honey?
You're on yours.
Okay, great. So we all have different personal taste preferences, so it's okay if you don't like them. Jessie says, oops, it's just, this thing goes so fast. Okay, well, I lost it now. Apple O'Day says, cacao nibs can be pricey, so those dollar signs are not out of order. I think their point is nutrition, minerals, and antioxidants rather than a chocolatey taste. Yeah.
Oh, Barbara's commenting that promotion says only 4 left. So we've been pushing out the information on this for a couple of days.
Yeah.
So, because we started yesterday.
I will say the last time that they went on sale.
Oh, they went out of stock and then they came back like 2 hours later.
And a couple hours later they came back. So if you go to buy one and it says out of stock,
check back.
Keep checking back because
they have to go to the warehouse.
They have to go to the warehouse and bring more and get more available. So Laura says, will it take extra large sweet potatoes? I haven't paid attention closely to the details of that oven. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And even my mom's, you can do, because the nice thing about the Breville is that it has space above it. So even when you have the air fryer rack in the position for the air fryer, you have a generous amount of space above it. So we can put corn on the cob in there. We can put big sweet potatoes in there. I mean, I've never had a sweet potato that wouldn't fit.
You could even cut a butternut squash in half, and there would be room for that.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, there's several inches of space above the air fryer position, and if you're baking something, there's you could put a whole watermelon in there if you wanted to, but I don't know if you'd want to bake a watermelon.
Probably not.
No.
Oh, that was another thing I did. I cut up the watermelon today as well.
Yeah.
So the Breville doesn't have any plastic on it. It's stainless steel. It's very nice. I find that it cleans up pretty easily, and we've had ours for about, I think it'll be 6 years in May, and we absolutely love it. And if it dies, we'll turn around and buy another one, because we've more than gotten our money's worth out of it over these 6 years. It's just been a workhorse. We use it every day.
Yeah, it's probably prevented me from consuming, I would say, over the time we've had it, at least 6 to 7 gallons of oil.
Oh, imagine all the chips
that I have not eaten because of that thing.
Yeah.
Because everything air fries.
Right.
I mean, think of how much oil we don't eat because of the Breville. Yeah.
A lot. Yeah. It's crazy. Okay. Is that Laura says, is that your Breville oven behind you? It is. Yes. And the price of, Jesse says, that $309 price is a great deal. We paid $319 for ours from an Amazon on sale because Tami and Tom let us know about the sale, and that was 1.5 years ago. Yeah, so we've never seen it as low as $309, you guys. That's like an exceptional price. And then the smaller one is
$279.
Is $279.
Yeah. So use the link. Go to that video page with the carousel, which is that scrolly thing underneath, let me go back. So there's the left and right arrow here, so you can scroll back and forth here to get to the ovens, and then some related accessories that Tami talks about in the video, and they're right there. So, and
when you go to the Amazon Live, we've done a number of Amazon Lives. I've done a number of cooking demonstrations on Amazon Live with the Breville, and also on our YouTube channel here. If you search Nutmeg Notebook Breville Oven, you will find many videos. And
some of you that are real familiar with how Amazon works, I'm not allowed to email out direct product links. So those of you that got our newsletter this afternoon or this morning, whenever you opened it, you would found the link to this video in there, because if I put a direct link to the product, then it doesn't count. They will not give Nutmeg Notebook credit for that transaction, and
they consider it spam.
Yeah, they consider it spam, so we're not allowed to do that. Since we did that video specifically about that product, and it created that dedicated link for that show, that's the link that I needed to use in the email and on today's video, because I can put short links in YouTube show notes. But since we did that show about that product, then I needed to use that show link, because that's where we parked it for our affiliate activity for this week. So sorry about the confusion on that, but it's a nice little video, and Tami goes into great detail about the machine, and I helped.
And you helped. So talking about the cacao nibs, if you like that little bit of crunch, and if you don't want to have the nuts, I also like to use buckwheat. So I buy sprouted buckwheat.
And they're like little mini crunchy crouton things. They're the
so
most interesting
good.
Little things.
Aren't they? They're so good. And we like to put those on our, like the chocolate chia pudding, or sprinkle them on our ice cream.
I really, really like the cacao nibs in those.
Yeah.
Because you get that little explosion of the bittersweet chocolate when it's mixed in with the nice cream.
And the something to chew.
Yeah.
Like a nut. It feels like it's a nut.
I have to say, probably that flavor experience probably grew on me over time.
Yes.
Because I think maybe my first experience was they were kind of bitter, and why.
Right.
But then I grew to like them over time. So,
Okay.
Hey, Missy, we've been on for an hour and 20. We got to be wrapping things up here.
We got to wrap it up.
Oh, okay. Randy says I put up a wrong link. Hold on.
Oh no. Check the link.
Back.
It's a Zoom link, not an Amazon. You sending everybody to Zoom, Tom?
No, that wouldn't be
Barbara
good.
says, are you able to see who uses your links? I know I have bought several things through them. No.
We never know.
We never know.
We see what is being purchased by product description and price and so forth, and how many get purchased, but it's privileged information who's buying them. So no,
we never see names.
We don't. But when we do a show, we talk about Breville, and then we'll see on the next morning's report that 12 people grabbed Brevilles. That's how we know that the information we're sharing is valuable, because we see people engaging with the product and the information that we shared, and we always appreciate that. So we do know when we're on the mark with the information. If we talk about something and then it's crickets, then we know people are not interested
It's like,
in that.
oh, we didn't sell. Okay, so we did one Amazon Live where we showed a lot of summer things for kids, because, you know, we have 3 grandkids. We have a lot of toys here. And we did a show about summer stuff for kids, and that was not a hit. So whenever we've shown things for kids, for whatever reason, they don't sell well on Amazon. So, yeah. So your purchasing information is private to you. We can just, they give us a report and let us know, you know, we sold so many of this and so many of that, but we have no idea who purchased things.
Okay, now I'm going to try it again.
The link you put in the
Yeah,
chat was also a Zoom. Well, at least we discovered that before we left, before we closed off.
The one in the show notes is correct. It says Amazon.com live broadcast in the show notes, and I just added that one to the, Amazon.com live broadcast. It's got to say live broadcast. That's the right one.
Okay.
I fixed it. I deleted my wrong one.
Okay, good job.
Yeah.
Good job. Okay, so you guys, next week, join us next Wednesday at 3, because Vicki Brett Gock will be here, and she was in the magazine, and she will be making something for us out of her new cookbook. It's a beautiful cookbook. It's got lots of pictures. Don't we love pictures of the food? So I like her recipes. You know, her and I enjoy the same flavor profiles. So
Where's
I
her
have
stuff?
it marked right here,
Oh.
somewhere. Here.
Oh, okay. Well, I saw her picture somewhere. I thought I saw her picture.
Here. It's probably on this page, is it?
You have a paper clip shut, like.
No. Just to mark where the recipes were. There's always a bio right down there.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, that's kind of small.
It's a little
So
too,
are these
too small.
Are these her bundt cakes?
Yes. Don't those look good?
Yeah. So yeah, this lady's going to be with us next week.
That might be fun with the kids
Bundt
to do something
cakes.
like that. Okay, let's see what else is going.
We're losing Tiffany. Time to
Thank
go.
you, Tiffany.
Thank you.
She's got to head out with her teenagers.
Okay, we fixed the link, Jesse.
Okay, we fixed the link, and is it the right link in the show notes too? Did you fix it there?
Yeah, it was never wrong in the show notes.
Oh, it was never wrong there.
I went to copy and paste I evidently highlighted it, but it didn't go into the clipboard.
Oh, okay.
And so when I repasted it, it did the last one I did. So yeah, that one's been removed. It should be deleted on everybody's computer now because I hid the message.
Oh, you did? Okay, yeah. Good. All right.
So,
well, it was fun, you guys. So also remember that the Vitamix V1200 is on sale for a reconditioned one. Lots of videos. Tom sent out information about
link
that.
is also in the show notes.
And the link is also in the show notes. It's a great price. We paid over $500 for ours, and you can get it now for $329. Is that right? $319? $329. I'm not going to quote the price.
I can click on the link and tell you. I'm clicking on the link.
I just went blank.
Let's see what comes up.
$329.95.
And it comes
So-
with
So
all
you
that
get
stuff.
Yeah, you get all of that for that price and a 5-year warranty.
Yeah.
So it's a great deal. This could be a wonderful present for a graduate. It could be a wonderful wedding gift if you've got any
Yeah.
weddings coming up this summer.
Yeah, and the tamper and the container and the cookbook and the
20
and the
ounce.
20-ounce little extra glass bottle container, and it is all new. The only thing that has been out and back to a big box store is the base.
Right.
So, and those can be just like they went out to a Costco and then they didn't sell them all and they came back, or somebody bought it and then decided they wanted a different model and brought it back, but they're gone over and completely made sure that they're like new, and they do come with a 5-year warranty. So to buy new ones, we paid $549 for ours
45
for that
or
same
something,
setup,
yeah.
and this is
$29.95.
Yeah,
It's a deal.
And it's it is the model that fits, which we've said a lot, that goes with the
Food processor.
the food processor, which Tami really loves.
I love it.
So
I
yeah,
love
we
my
want
food
to.
processor.
If you don't have a high-speed blender, take a look at that, because that's one of our key kitchen equipment game changers.
Laura says, thank you for all your help. You all are very kind. We have the best group here, Laura. So she said, I got a lot out of you tonight. I'm very appreciative. I'll watch this tomorrow since I do better with closed captions and they come up a day later. Oh,
Yes.
That's good to know. Yes. All right. Wonderful. Well, thank you, Jesse, Tiffany, and Randy. Randy, it was so fun to have you here today. She said she's happy to be here today, too. So that was really fun for us. It was a nice surprise to see that you were here. And I think that's everything.
Okay, we will see you next week. Same time, same place.
Yeah, we'll be here. We hope you all have a wonderful rest of the week and get some batch cooking done. I feel so happy that I've got the
You're
batch
feeling
cooking.
well accomplished.
I am. I'm feeling like, yes. And I've got all that stuff in the freezer, which makes me very happy.
Yeah. Well, I accomplished getting our tickets purchased, our airline tickets, to get to the NHA conference. So I got that done.
Nice.
So we have a ride now. We know we're going to make it.
Yay.
So,
It's good. All right. Thanks, everybody, for being here. I'm Tami.
And I'm Tom.
And we help you
Get healthy and stay healthy, one meal at a time. See you next week. Bye.
The perfect husband will be here with me next week.
Aren't you so lucky?
I am.
Wow.
It's a blessing.
Okay. Bye.